Can everybody see me? If you can see me, please say hi. Hi, guys. If you can see me, please let me know. If you can see me, please let me know. I can see you. Hi, Magdalene. Hi, Rose. Hi, 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 hi. Hi. Hi, Patience. How are you, my love? So nice to see you here. Hi, Afro Kids Official. Hi, Uchechukwu. Hi. Hi. I feel super excited. Hi, Ivy. I've been talking to you through email. Nice to see you here. Hi, Ajide. Hi. I'm trying to see how many people can join us as quick as possible. Hi, Loveth. Hi. Nice to see you guys. Nice to see you guys. Okay, I just want to quickly jump in so that I do not spend so much time being here. So I do not spend so much time here without you guys knowing why we're here. It is really nice to have you guys here. Like, this is exciting. Hi, Idara. One of our speakers is here. Hi, Loveth. Hi, Mercy. I'm doing very well, thank you. Hi, Joy. I don't know how to pronounce your surname. Hi, hi. Hi, Loveth. Me too, I'm expectant. Like, I'm as expectant as you are right now. How is everyone doing today? It is really exciting to have you here. My name is Vera Alex. I'm the lead coach at Vera Alex Coaching Company. And hi, Florence. I need to not be distracted by you wonderful people being here. Florence, hi. Okay. Today we're literally going to be going through. We're going to be talking about different stories, right? Different things that people have had to go through. But we're having, apart from myself, we're having two more guests today. And then when we're done, we're going to ask one of you guys, any one of you guys that are participating, if you would like to share your story. Maybe not today, maybe on the third day, right? You guys will have opportunities to ask us questions using the comment section. Hi, Omolara. Hi, Joy. Hi, Flora. Hi, Otaniro. Hi, Shakira. Hi, Shakira Toyosim. All right. So you're going to have an opportunity to ask me questions using the comment section, and all I will have to do is show you a question on the screen, and then keep going from there. My name is Vera Alex once more. In 2017, I read a book called Broken but Beautiful. Inside of the book, hi Cynthia, it's nice to see you here. Okay, I need to focus. It's nice to see everybody here, right? So in 2017, I wrote a book called Broken but Beautiful. If you can hear me, please let me know. Can you hear me? Yes, just say yes, I can hear you so I can get that. Yes, I can hear you so that I can know what I'm doing. Can you hear me? Can you guys hear me? Can you hear me? Am I clear? Awesome. Awesome. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Awesome. Okay, let's continue. So in 2017, I wrote a book called Broken but Beautiful. Inside of the book, I shared my story of how I went through verbal, sexual, mental abuse as a child from the age of 5. By the age of 5, I was sexually abused by my own uncle, right? Living in my own house. My parents had no idea this thing happened. And at the point where I literally told them about it, it was crazy because it was just in a setting of love that I even finally opened up, and I was like, that's how uncle has been touching me in different places. And my mom literally got so upset. She she sent him out of the house, right? So this is someone that was doing excellently well academically, and then I went from doing so well to failing so bad to the point of repeating two classes twice, or two classes. I repeated two classes, right? I remember clearly being sad. I went from being a very joyful child, happy child, to being very sad, being very reserved, being very quiet. I was continuously tired. And I think the reason why I was majorly tired was because I didn't feel like I was heard, and I didn't even know how to be heard. I didn't know what to say to be heard, right? At the point when I mentioned it to my family, my mom. At that time, she was super upset. She sent my uncle out of the house. But what she did not know was that he will come to pick me from my primary school, take me to his house, do what he needs to do, then threaten me with a knife and tell me not to tell anybody about it. Right? So that's what he will do consistently from school. So I will not tell anybody about it because I was I was being threatened. And apart from that, my parents were quite not so present because they had jobs, they had work to do. So they would literally go out. There was no closure. There was not such great relationship that we could talk about these things, right? Now I went from doing so great academically to failing so badly. Now that did not stop there. I went on in my JSS1. I went on to have sexual relations with two girls in my secondary school. All of these things I wrote in my books, Broken but Beautiful. It was such a hard time for me because, and then it's even when I was writing my book, Broken but Beautiful, that someone said she can't hear anything. Hi Stella, increase your volume or something. I think everybody can hear me, so try to see what's going on with your own side. All right, I think it's your network. So I remember clearly, like, feeling so terrible about myself, having self-esteem issues, right? And it was in 2017. I had just come out of a coaching program that it dawned on me that, in fact, when I wrote my book, it was crazy because I started to feel to myself like many people are going through something like this, and nobody is going to talk to them about it. Nobody is going to help them. Nobody is going to get them out of this situation. Who is going to help? Who is going to help? Who is going to help? And that's how I decided to start VACC, Vera Alex Coaching Company, where we coach people that have gone through painful experience. I felt so bad that, like, if you see me, you would see I was literally identified by failure, right? And I have this I still have this feeling right now that many people still don't perceive failure rightly, right? So like, it's normal, failure is literally normal, but that's not how it is perceived in our society. In our society, when you fail, you're literally a bad person, something is wrong with you, you should have done better and all of that. So what did I do? I decided to start bringing people together to share their stories, and not just only share their stories, do social impact work with their stories, and also make money from their stories, right? So it's income and impact. So what's going on right now in society is that there is a huge gap. What dawned on me more that was going on in society was that everybody is hurt. Every single person is hurt. In this side of Africa, it's even weirder when you're hurt by something and you don't even know what to do about it. And when you mention therapy, people look at you like you're crazy, like is something wrong with you. No, they look at you like, do you think I'm mad? Do you think something is wrong with me for wanting to do therapy? Do you think I'm mad? No, that's not what it is, right? Because the more you see where the pain happens, the more you want to not just get better, but every other person gets better. Whatever is a solution to you, you literally will make it a solution to other people. The world is waiting for people that have stories in themselves, that want to come out with this, not just come out with your story, but also impact it. Like, it's not about sharing stories. It's not just about sharing stories. It's a major tool, but what are you doing with your own story? What are you bringing out of your own story? What have you gone through that the world can get blessed by? Let me keep going. And I remember, like, Broken Bobby Food came out, and then it had this traction. Too many people were calling. Ebony Live TV, Wazobia Max, different TV stations, radio stations. Where I wasn't reaching out to them. They were literally looking for me everywhere, everywhere. So it was getting really crazy. And here's the thing. I was talking, sharing my story, but guess what happened? I was broke. No money. I'll share my story and I'll come back. They will not give me money to come back to the house. They will not even give me transport. I'll use my money to go to wherever I'm going to, and then I will come back, no money, but then people would call me and say, oh my God, your story blessed me. Your story helped me. Do you have something, a product, whatever it is that I can buy, and all of that? And I would say, not really. And I want us to see something. I'm a Christian, and I'm not just a Christian. I'm a believer in Christ, right? I'm a disciple of Christ. So looking as I just kept thinking to myself, like, how on earth can I break out of this religious system of impacts without just income? How can we really impact the world if we do not have money to impact the world? Is it just through our voices? Do you see what I'm saying? So that's why I literally launched VACC, Vera Alex Coaching Company. Some of my students are here. They are shouting so true. They're saying okay. They're hyping me and all of that. But these guys have literally been with me for a while. But this is what I want to say to you. If you have a story, right, the community you are living in has to get blessed because you're there. It has to get help because you're there. So what is it you're going through that you are hiding from other people? Or what is it you have gone through and overcome that you're hiding from other people that can be a blessing to thousands of people? You don't only need 500 people to even be in your life for things to get better. 500 people for the community to get better. Africa is filled with a lot of pain. We've been associated over time with pain. We've been associated over time with hurt. And that's the reason why most of us are still stuck in where we are, because we do not see that there is gold seated in your pain. What is that one thing that if today they will wake you up from your bed and they say, when what happened on this day, this particular time, it's your pain. It's not even the things you read in books. It's your pain. Your painful experience is a memory that you probably will never forget till you die. So if you can remember something as important as that, what do you think you can use? What do you think you can do for your own world with this painful experience? Do you see what I'm saying? So that's the question I want you to start asking yourself, even as we go on in this summit. I'm going to be bringing my first guest very soon, but I want us to go through some of the things that have come to my mind. Why does Africa need your pain? Because Africa is filled with so much pain, and the only way we can get better is literally using the things that have transformed us to transform other people. It's that simple. Our last guest today is going to be talking about how she's using the transformation on her physical body. She was literally very fat, and then she went really thin, right? She went really thin, and then she's helping other people, and she's making millions from it. Millions, not small, she's literally making so much money from something that cost her so much pain, that transformed her life. So what can you as a person do with something you've overcome? Have you been rejected? Have you been hurt? I have been rejected over and over again. Look at me. Am I ugly? No. Okay, tell me. Am I ugly? Oh yeah. Let me start seeing your comments. Be showing me. I'm seeing exactly. Go the pain. Thank God I made it. Oh, hi, Shokumbi. Am I ugly? Do I look ugly to you? Exact. As fine as I am, yes, I have that much confidence. As fine as I am, I have been rejected. Most people on this earth have been rejected. And some people have literally had to define themselves by their rejection. And that's where the problem usually is. That's where the problem usually is. That's where the problem usually is. I have been rejected over and over and over again. But then what happens next? Are we going to keep staying here and thinking to ourselves that, oh, like because we've been rejected, life is going to keep being the way it is and all of that. No, that's not what we're gonna do. That's not what we're going to do. We are going to step up and step out because the world needs to know your name. What happened to me after I got recognized by McKinsey and Co? I was a finalist in McKinsey. I was a McKinsey finalist. Yes, that was my first international recognition. And then the second one was when one of the Dubai companies literally recognized me as their speaker, as an international speaker. That was really weird. From my pain, helping people heal from their own painful experiences, what did I do? I birthed a company. You don't even have to birth a company. All you need to do is sit back, think about what you have had to go through, and then pick up a solution for it. Things that you've things that are traceable. Do you see what I'm saying? Traceable steps that people can use to get healed. And that's what you're going to do. That's what we're going to encourage you to do. I got internationally recognized. Till I still have local people that reach out to us for speaking engagements, for interviews. I now give my interviews to my students. That's what I do now. I now give my interviews to my students. Do you see what I'm saying? So you what you really want to do is that look at the pain that you've had to go through and see how community can benefit from it. It's so important because the steps you use to healing, you can also use it to help other people and make money from it. The world needs people that have money. Money is important. I have sponsors. I have people that love up on our work, that sponsor our work. I know people that love us to the extent they will give everything that they have just because they're not even able to do much. But we always encourage everybody. Your voice is important. And if every single one of us here step out and decide that, you know what, I'm going to do so much with my own voice, with my own story, the world, Africa will literally be a better place. I'm going to come back to talking about the other things, but I want to bring our first guest. Our first guest is Dr. Wayne. So you're just going to give me a bit of time to bring her on board, right? Give me a bit of time to bring her on board. I want you guys to learn from her. She's our first guest today. I'm still going to come back to speak, but I want every single person to learn from her. She went through so much, and I can't wait for you guys I can't wait for you guys to love upon her and to hear her story. But for now, let's quickly Susan said, just got me thinking, what are you thinking about? So let's talk about it. Do you think Africa will literally be better communally, like in our communities? Do you think Africa would be better if every single person rise up to the occasion of not just telling their stories, but bringing out traceable steps and systems that can help everybody heal? Do you know that most of the hardest things that people have had to go through, do you know that it's I mean, let's talk about corruption, for example. Africa filled with corruption and all of that. Do you know that it's traceable to hurt, like our past, the systems that have not worked for Nigeria, for Ghana, for Liberia? What country are you watching this from? Please put that in here. What country are you watching this from? I want to know the country you're watching from. Let me know. Let me know. Zambia, Kenya, Nigeria, Lagos, Nigeria, Abuja. Patience, we're coming for you soon. Susan said I made her smile. Kenya, Canada. Oh, so nice. Victoria, I see you. Onimisi. Or is that? I see you, girl. Hi, Joy, Nigeria, Zimbabwe. Wow, I had no idea. I had no idea. Wow. 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 Abuja precisely. I have plenty of Abuja people here. Osun State. Wow. Zambia. All these Zambia people, let's partner up now. Let's do something amazing together. Nigeria, my fellow Nigeria people. Nigeria. I'm waiting for our guests, Joe. I'm using the opportunity to catch up with you guys. Hi, let me call names. Hi, Chukudi. Hi, Temple. Hi, Blessing. Hi, Wilson Obi. You look fab. This Wilson Obi, you sound you know, Port Harcourt. It looks like I know you from somewhere. Hi, Akindele. Inumidum. I love your name. Inumidum. Cameroon. Wow. First time here. Most people is their first time here, actually. So I want to know, have you had to go through rejection before in your life? Like just tell me, yes, I've had to go through. Have you had to go through like any kind of rejection, whether it's from a family member or it's from a relationship or it's from a friendship. Okay, friendships are also relationships. Cynthia, I know you're watching from London. Love you, girl. Have you had to go through rejection many times? How did you feel about that? How did you feel about that? How did you feel about it? Devastating, hurts. It's a different ball game. Like it's a different ball game. Rejection is just crazy. All right, our guest is here. Our guest is here. Our guest is here. Oh God. Let me show my girls. Watching live from London. Let me leave Cynthia's one on the okay, we have new comments. Sam Wemi, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Can you hear me?
Clearly. I can
Okay.
clearly.
Because I'm having a dramatic day.
Wow. Since morning, what's going on? Is everything okay?
Yes, it's just that the Wi-Fi at home decided to mess up today.
So act drama. We bind all spirits that are not of the Lord.
Amen, amen,
Anywho,
amen.
amen, amen. Nancy says depression made me to have a very low self-esteem. Yes, I had to deal with low self-esteem as well. Let me put this one up here. She said depression made me have to have a very low self-esteem. That's like very crazy. So hi, Wayne. How are you doing today? Do you feel okay?
Yes, I'm fine. Thank you. Thank you very much. It's good to be here. I'm
Can
excited,
everybody hear
although I'm not
Wayne?
jumping and screaming.
Can everybody hear Wayne? We need to know if you can hear Wayne. Can everybody hear both of us? We're waiting for the comments. Let me see if you guys can hear us. Oh yes, we can. I love this. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, great. So hi Wayne, how are you doing today? You feel good, right?
Yes,
Do
I
you feel
am. I'm
excited?
really excited. I'm good. I feel really, really, really like blessed to be here. Excuse the noise. It's a very big house.
It's all good as long as you deliver, and we can do a fantastic job today.
We'll try
So
by the grace of God.
yes, I'm sure we're going to have a fantastic time today. So I'm going to ask you some questions. First of all, I want you to first introduce yourself.
Okay. My name is. Excuse me. There's so much noise, unfortunately, like now. But my name is Oshawaini Erikowa Origoye, and okay, my name is Oshawaini Erikowa Origoye, and I am a public health specialist. I get to do a lot of things in the third sector. I'm a PhD student, nutrition and dietetics. I'm also a pediatrician, and I'm a mother. But above all, I'm a believer of Christ.
Yes, we have many believers of Christ as our speakers. So you guys are going to be hearing a lot of Jesus in the conversation. Even if you're a Muslim, you don't even believe in God at all. We love you guys and we want to have you here. So we don't put down what we believe in, right? We talk about what we believe in. So you're going to be hearing a lot of Jesus. I ask you, you feel awesome with this, right? Right? We agree, right? Okay. At the end of the day,
Of course, of course.
the whole point is to make sure that Africa gets blessed because we are here. Africa gets help because we are here.
Yeah,
Because of our stories, literally Africa, we get we get blessed, right? So I want you to it's I don't know, do you
yeah.
think you are in a comfortable place to actually share the depth of your story? I mean physically comfortable place.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I am. I think everyone is aware now that there is a live session going on, so they've run away.
All right. No. I'm even talking about to share the depth of your story, like those personal things.
Yes, I am.
Awesome. You know the reason why I'm doing this. Like, when me, you're my student. You're like Johnston, you're my person. So I
Coach V,
cannot I know you. I
your
know
wala
how you will
is off
literally
the roof.
I know how you will literally run away from me and say, Coach V, I cannot do this thing. I cannot share my story. No matter what you're saying right now, I cannot share my story. I can't do this with my life. And I'll say to you, oh, you want to continue? Oh, no, we can go continue because we both know the reason why we are here. So you cannot. So that's why I asked you that question. Like, is it fine that we share because we're diving deep today. We're not leaving any stone unturned. Literally, you're smiling. You're
Yeah,
smiling.
see, on
Okay.
on that international TV, you are just disgracing me.
All right. So let's talk about this. Wayne,
Yeah.
Dr. Williams,
Mm.
I want you to share with us. Now that you've introduced yourself to us, I want you to share in detail your growing up experience. The growing up, how was your growing up experience?
Hmm. Okay. I grew up in an extended kind of family setting. There's father, there's mother, there's aunties, and there's uncles. So it's a very mixed kind of family setting. And growing up, when you have a lot of people, but it's as if they are not there as well. So it's one thing to say, oh, I have a lot of family, but at the same time, you don't have a lot of family around you. So in the midst of everybody, I still felt alone. So while growing up, my mom was always working. So she's passionate about her job. She's passionate about everything she does. She's like, you know, when they say you're a career woman, because of where she's coming from, she has to survive. She has to do what she has to do. And then my dad was not also around because he was also working. So I was born in the north. Sorry, excuse me. So I was born in the north area growing up in Warri. So you have everybody, oh, where you me, where you me, where you me, but they're not really there because everybody each to his own. Everybody is working. Everybody is doing their own thing. And at a young age, um, at 5 years old, I already was aware of my body. I was already aware of, okay, this is how you have hairs on your body. You know, you're growing. You know how where your body, the parts of your body. And quite unfortunately, because of everybody's busy, so they assigned a guardian who would pick me up from school. The guardian would take me back home. But in the process of that, I needed somebody who would change my clothes or who would take care of me before I get to eat. You know, things like that. But quite unfortunately, the guardian was a guy.
No, no, I don't think you should say unfortunately because there are really great guys out there.
So go and take care of where change her. Go and attend to her. And just right immediately he's starting to open the door and everything. He's kissing you, he's touching your body, he's fondling your body. You know that that is not right, but it's happening. But you don't understand what is happening. So it went on and on. But because I have a mother who is very harsh, because of her kind of nature, she doesn't want to hear anything. As she's coming home, she's shouting. As she's coming home, she's telling you, have you done this? Have you done your assignment? Have you done this? So there was nobody really to tell that this was what was happening. This was what this person was doing to me. This is a relative. This is somebody we all know is doing to me. You can also tell your dad because my dad is not always around. The other people they are around, but they are not like they are around. So who do you confide in? It's a family thing that do you want to scream at? So I just kept it to myself. And keeping it to myself, I felt very aware. And even at that age when my brother was born, my mom was teaching about fornication. I already knew what she was talking about. And then to make it worse, one of my aunties now brought a guy to the house and then started telling me, you don't understand what I did. But when you are like my age, you will understand. In my head, I'm like, did you see any stupid child that doesn't understand what you just did? You just had sex, you just committed fornication. I understand because somebody also has been touching me. And it's as if, you know, when a child is being vulnerable in a negative way, people get to know. So you also had
Yes.
landlord's children. So when you go and buy, they say they send you to go and buy drink from your landlord's child. Your landlord's child also wants to touch you, whether girl or boy, they want to touch your body, they want to findle you. So you just so growing up was I'm also and that affected me. So I was always swimming in school. Like I wasn't aware what was going on in school. I was just going through primary school. I wasn't concentrating. I think it's more or less like let's go through the whole process. So when they moved, I was so excited because they were just living by us. I was so excited. Like, oh, finally, minus one person. But then you also had those people that people who were your landlord's children who would also be wanting to touch you and you do not have any way of escape. So growing up, and also because my mom was always on my neck, like you must be perfect, you must be this. So anything, if you give me ice cream or if you give me biscuit, amongst the so-called friends I had, they'll go and beating of your life like belt, kobuko, broom. He'll flog the hell out of you and you'll put a stool on your head. So she'll come back from work by 5, she'll flog you till 6, then she'll go to Bible study or prayer meeting and come back by 8:39. So you'll be on your stool like this on your head till either my aunties they come back and they say, oh stop, oh yeah, don't do that. So I would kneel, my knees are hurting, and so it was just on and on. So growing up 5, 6, 7 years,
Would
eight
you say
years,
that? Wait, hold
I
on.
had one long
Would
big
you say that?
scar
Can you
my
hear
mommy
me?
gave me with the
Hold
head of
on.
her favorite belt that if you see this scar now, it was big on my leg. I told you people might
Dr.
say you
Wayme,
might
can you
see
hear
it
me?
long because of one of those beatings. He would beat the hell out of you. So that was how I grew up. That was really my growing up. So going through the stages of people trying to touch. And then my father would say, don't sit down on anything. Yeah.
Can you hear me, Dr. Wayme?
Yes, I can. I can hear you.
Okay, I was gonna ask you something.
Yes, I can. I can hear
Um,
you.
okay. I was gonna
I can hear you.
okay. I was gonna ask you something. Guys, can you hear
Yes,
us?
yes, yes, I can hear you.
Are both of us very clear? Guys, let us know if you can hear us and everything is fine on your side. Let us know. Um, I was gonna ask you that. Do you think how you were treated affected like most of your decisions, like even growing up? Do you think did it affect your self esteem? Did it affect like how you made choices and decisions and all of that? Let me know.
Yes, yes, it did. Yes, it did a whole lot because you know when you are being shouted at, and every time somebody reports you that you are doing wrong, and it's almost like there was one day I said, you know, we come from Worry, so pidgin English is part of the whole thing. So one day I said, oh, my mom said, go and call your brother, and I said, oh, he will not agree. Oh, the beating of my life that day was so severe. She said, I want you to speak perfect English. What is you will not agree? He will not agree. And she beat me that day. Oh God. So growing up, I had that low self-esteem. Like if you are talking to me, I will bow my head down. Like I used to walk
That
and my head
means,
would be on the
Dr.
ground.
Wayne,
Yes.
that means you did not have such a great relationship with her. Would you say you did at that
No.
time?
No, at that time, no, 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 no. At
So
all.
even when you were being abused, um you were not you were not talking to, you couldn't talk to anybody. There was just nobody to talk to. Mm. Her network.
Yes, can you, so there was nobody to really talk to. There was nobody to say this. So it affected my self-esteem. I won't talk to you. I would hide my body. So growing up and then adolescent, you are blossoming. You are having hips, you are growing breast, you are starting your period, and the only thing you are hearing is don't get pregnant. So now that you are seeing your period, what is that? So you're having those issues. It's just shout, 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 shout. So if you're talking to me, I'll just be quiet. You can bully me. So that led on to bullying in secondary school. A lot of bullying in secondary school. A lot of challenge, whatever it is about me. So I didn't really love myself because I felt okay. I need to be that perfect. This there's something I need to do to have that validation, because anywhere you go is always shout, is always talk, is always like you're not doing enough, you're not doing this. So I also suffered from bullying as I was growing up. I didn't have that self-esteem. I would shy away from things.
I see what you're saying. There was something significant, and I think one of the best things about the speakers for this summit is that most of you are my students, or most of you are alumnus of my program. So I can literally just take you through the journeys and the places where I want you to share the most. You had an experience of there was deaths. You had to see some of your loved ones die at a time when there was war in Delta, I think in Warring. I want you to take us through that period. What happened?
Oh, okay. People who know about the Shakiri Ijo crisis around that, starting around that Abasha time, that 97, 98, and then you're seeing that literally people are dying. You're hearing that people are dying. I think I was about 9 when it started. So the first time tear gas happens in your front and you're coughing and you don't know what's happening. You're seeing dead bodies on the ground. You're running. People are dying. At the point, I told my parents that I want to kill myself. Like I want to kill myself. So they took me to church and said they should pray for me. That why would I want to kill myself? But because I felt that was the only thing. Because with all the wars, the fighting, because you're in a party, like you guys are all seated, like people are enjoying, they're talking. You just hear, oh, they've burnt this place. So and so people have died. Growing up, you would be seeing things like that, you would be hearing things like that. So growing up like that, you now feel like, oh, I feel like dying. So the guy said it at home. They took me to church and said, "We want to pray deliverance." Now, why would I say I want to feel like dying? People I knew, there are a lot of people I know who have died at a young age. Then there was one of the times where they went to fight and then they said, "Oh, all of you should wear black, hide under the bed, hide under the bed." That experience of this is real, this is very real. People that you see today, you don't see them again. They just tell you that, oh, they died, they had gunshot wounds, they died, or they were trying to run and then they burnt their house, or they were in their house, or maybe fire burnt them while they were running. That whole
How did
experience
that
happened
affect
from
you? How did
97 all the way to 2003, I think. Yes, even when we got to Lagos, you still had that fright when you hear gun, you'll be panicking. What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Gunshot, gunshot. So you're used to the fact that you saw death early.
how did that affect you as a child? Like, wow. How did it just affect you growing up, right? It's like
Kejì, can you
I
hear
can't imagine
me?
having to like see wars and all of these things. Like, I remember there was a
Hello.
particular time that when during our session together that you had to mention how you would literally go to Lagos. You
You
literally
don't
had to move to Lagos because of it.
you you don't want to leave it.
What you say? I didn't hear you.
Yes,
So how did it
because
affect you? I want to
growing
I
up with
want to
it,
know.
seeing that kind of experience, your life doesn't remain the same because you feel like, oh, so life is just like this is life. So for me as a child, it was horrifying. So knowing that you had to go through that, it's like, is this life? Is this what it is? Is this how you live your life? Is this what God has intended? So you get that kind of anger, and then knowing that you're fighting a tribe that's supposed to be. So I had lots of questions. Why are you fighting? But nobody was giving answers. Nobody was giving us. So you're left a child like, okay, I'm alone. I'm without answers. I don't have answers to questions. I don't have answers to. The question doesn't give room for you to even ask questions that are genuine. It also made me question, okay, is there a God? Is there, but what is, why are you people fighting? Because it was so horrifying, but there were no answers. So it also led to low self-esteem, having that kind of feeling that, oh, there's nothing worth it. It's not worth living. It's not, how do you say it? You know, when you give up on life, you've given up on a whole lot of things because you're just moving emotions. You have your own house issues, and then you have your war issues. You're going to Lagos. Sometimes you don't know what's happening. You're temporarily in one place, and then you're thinking of the people back at home. You're hearing, oh, this person died. This person died. So getting very early to death, getting very, very, how do you say it? Knowing death at a very young age was not something nice. It was very challenging to live through it. So somebody would think
Did
you are
it
too
did it make you
stupid.
afraid? Did it make you afraid like constantly?
Yes, because you don't know. It makes me cautious of. It made me cautious. Oh, so today you can be here, tomorrow you will not be here. That, you're talking to somebody, you know people, and then at the end of the day, they're telling you, oh, they are no more. How do you explain that to a child? How do you explain that to a 12-year-old or to 11-year-old? And you are asking questions, but nobody is answering you. Nobody, everybody say, keep quiet. Don't worry, it's not your business. You're too young to understand. But you understand what it is, but you don't know why it is happening. You wanted to know why. I wanted to know why. What is happening? What's the reason? Why are people dying? How do they die? Where do they go to? And then you have growing up, all those other things happening. So it's more like, oh, this world, you're just floating. Let's be floating and be going in the world. Whatever it is that comes, accept it like that.
What made you like? I have this particular question I'm trying to get out of my mind. Um, you're doing social impact work right now. You're literally impacting communities, different communities. You had to share with me some of the things that you're doing, and right now you shared with me like some of the stories that even like put you on your feet. Like, if I had to go through this, I must make sure the people coming behind me, or even the people that have experienced it, do not have to go through these things right now. You're currently in the UK and you're a Nigerian, Delta to be precise, but you're doing phenomenally well. Do you want to walk us through that process?
Hmm. Okay. Um, you know, you going through life and then seeing like it's not just floating, like anything that comes at you, I just take it like that. I'm like, no, I can't take it. Got to a point where I'm like, no, I cannot take life the way life is. Something has to be made out of life. Something, this life is not just emotion where I just go through, where I just, and it's as if I was like, oh, so many missed opportunities, so many questions that are left unanswered, so many barriers. Like, I look at my where I come from, there are so many barriers. The women have so many barriers. Like, it's just like they use it to laugh. They laugh at it. They say, oh, it's either you get pregnant, marry an oil worker, and then open a shop, and that's the end of your life. No. So I felt, no, there is more to this life, that you can beat these barriers. You can rise above these barriers. And then I realized if you want to rise above these barriers, you have to be intentional. You have to face so many challenges. So many things have to come your way. So yes, I'm a
Wait,
Delta.
I'm
I
sorry.
come
I'm
from a
sorry.
place
I
that
have
has
to
a very bad
interrupt you.
reputation.
Wait,
Let me not
wait,
lie.
wait,
They know
wait.
us to fight a lot. They know us to be very harsh, very quick. Even when you look at even on social media,
I wanted to, there's something you said. I wanted to ask a question with that statement, and I've forgotten now. So they have to continue, continue. But like I was going to say that like you said that there's so much barriers and all of these things.
why are you
But
smiling?
do you think that sitting down to deal with these painful experiences, as hard as it is, even if you're going through them right now, do you think it's a step, it's a solution, as in to, for you first, for before the world?
Vera.
You literally had to call me. This is
Okay,
the
so
first
you come
time.
from that kind of
This is
place.
the first time you're calling me Vera. Like you're like Vera. You never call me Vera. It's harsh. I'm listening.
Yes, it's a okay. So growing up, and you have to rise above it. So how can I rise above it? I'm a Deltan. I need to make the name of Deltans, even if it's just one Deltan. Let it be known that a Deltan is doing something. Let it be known that a Deltan is not forgetting home. So many ideas were coming in, so many ideas. But I have passion. I read medicine. I'm a pediatrician. And I look at when I went back home in 2016, I was like, no way. You cannot sit at home and then a 14-year-old or a 16-year-old is pregnant and you are very comfortable. You cannot say you're a Deltan and you're not going to school, or you are feeling like, oh, it's okay, I'm fine with the kind of education I have. When there are opportunities out there, when there are things that you can rise above that, oh, there was crisis, I can't blame any other person. So I was like, what can I do? How can I do it? What can I start up with? So I had my husband with me and he was like, okay, when we this thing is getting out of hand, let's start something. So we started, it was supposed to be just sexual and reproductive health, just to talk about adolescent, young people, encourage the girls. And then it blew up. We started realizing that even to read and write was difficult. Things were very,
Mm,
very difficult. Just to
mm,
read, basic education was difficult. So we started expanding. We started doing
mm,
literature. We started doing 14 new words and meaning. We started expanding into communities, going into communities to see, go to school follow up. So when you see
mm,
things, when you hear things like rape, you know where it is coming from. When a 70-year-old man is raping a 13-year-old girl, when a stepfather is wanting to rape, you know where it is coming from, and you cannot talk. You're seeing a girl tell you, I cannot talk, I cannot challenge it because there's nobody there to help me. So that was how I came into social impact to say, okay, let me do the bit I can in the way that I can do it. Encourage young people, talk to them. You can rise above whatever challenges. Yes, there is pain. It is painful to be rejected. It is painful to go through where your relative is actually fondling with you at a tender age. What is a 16-year-old going to look for in a 5 years old body? Once,
mm,
what are you looking for? What are you seeking? And then women, people are getting casual about everything and like, oh, you scale through it. Forget about it. It's just normal life. Don't We are normalizing traumas. So I wanted to be like, no, don't normalize trauma. First, I had to heal myself. I
yeah.
had to look for ways to be healed. So I've gone through a lot of processes. It's not a 1 day thing, it's not a 1 year thing, it is not a 2 years thing to get to that point where you say, okay, I am healed. And you can't heal on your own. You will look for ways to heal. You will look for different avenues to heal yourself. But for me, putting God at the center and saying, yes, God, it is you only that can heal so that I'll be able to help other people. Because every day I hear stories, even today on my phone, I get to hear, oh, like I've passed through this thing. Even if it's not exactly your situation, I know what you're feeling. I know how the blocks of barriers are. It's either maybe the people in your house are not educated and you're the only educated person, or among everybody, you're the only one going higher in your education, and it feels like, oh, you are progress. What about us? And there's that invisible rejection, or you're feeling like I'm not there yet. I'm not pregnant. I'm not. You are majorly unemployed. measuring yourself to the standard they have set, but you want to rise above. You know, there is more to this. There's more. You can't just wallow in your pain. You can't say, okay, because you had that horrifying experience. Now I can talk about death. And when I talk about death, I don't talk about it from a scary place, but from a place that there is hope
Yeah,
after death.
it's important. Yeah, that makes so much sense. Ah, God. Hmm. Do you think that Africa will be a better place if everybody literally used their story as a tool to help community heal, to help community be better? For example, in our sessions, in VSCC sessions, we usually link our stories and our solutions to United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, right? So that it's
Yes.
more globally recognized. Do you think that normal people like me and you that have had international recognition. Both of us have had international entrance in recognition from different international bodies. Do you think that um, normal people like us, like every single person watching today, that just have stories to share and want to impact community, want to speak their share their stories, want to make a curriculum for universities, want to do amazing things for community, want to be seen, want to be known, want to make God proud, want to know the purpose of their pain, want to heal? Do you think that these Africans, that these people listening to us right now can do it using their stories? And why do you think so?
Everybody has a story. Everybody has a purpose
Mm,
in life. So the stories, whatever life experiences that make up your story, see, the both of us are here and we are sharing our story. Any other one, I can see from the comment, I would love to share my story. I would love to share my
mhm,
story. Everybody's life experience, which is a story, has significance that would impact life. So some people will say, oh, that it's not compulsory. Anybody out there listening to us, it's not compulsory that you may be sexually abused. It's not compulsory that you may be having domestic violence or anything. It could be the struggles that you had, whatever challenge that you had, that you realized that this would make up of a story. You looked back and you saw that this is my story. Africa needs that story. And when we say community, we don't mean you should go and gather village. 10 people that are talking, that you are sharing your story with, your messages with, via WhatsApp, via Facebook, via Instagram. So long you're sharing your life experiences, you're encouraging people that this was my story, this was my pain, but this is how I scaled through. You're telling your story.
mhm,
And if your story really aligns with the sustainable development goal, my story cuts across a lot of sustainable development goals. It has, for instance, quality education, zero poverty. You want to rise above poverty. You don't want to live that mediocre life. I have a story to tell. I will say, yes, I fight, I write, I try my best to say, okay, when you may apply for things so that you can, if, like there's a song that says, it's not people that have two heads that achieve all this scholarship. So I'm like, yes, I can do
no,
it. And if I can do it, other people can do it. So I encourage other young people, you can do it. Just today, a mentee I've been mentoring for a year has been struggling to get a scholarship. All I keep saying every time he sends me a message is, don't worry, the Lord will do it. The Lord will do it. Today he sent me a message and he got a scholarship for University of Manchester, distant learning. And he was so excited. So stories like that. I know what it is to look for a scholarship and fail a thousand times. So I can encourage you. It also cuts across quality education. I know what it is to look for a scholarship and fail a thousand times. I need quality education. We all deserve quality. If you have quality education that you have, you'll be able to encourage other people. If it is gender equality, women not having voices, and your story relates to that, Africa needs it. Let us tell real life stories. Our stories are real. Many people are also going through those challenges, and they would really need that story. And it is very important because we are the representative of the Africa that we see today.
Yes. Ah, God. Like, we could just keep talking and talking. Guys, let me give you a tiny bit of me and Wemi's story. So, I did a DM marketing at a point. Wemi, I'm sure you do not expect me to do this, but I shall do it. Oh, yes. Oh, yes, I shall. I definitely shall. So, I did DM marketing because I was like calling for people that wanted to register for one of our VACC programs, right?
Yes.
Um, at that time, because I was already recognized in 6 months of releasing my book, launching my coaching company, I was already internationally recognized twice, 2 times. And I said to myself, like, I already know how the system works. I have connections. I have international connections, even till now. And I'm like, I really want more people to share their story. And not just share their story. I want people to impact other people's lives through their stories. Like, don't just share your story. There has to be a visible and a visible system that took you from where you were to where you're going to, or where you are right now. How can we do this? So I decided to do a DM marketing. At this time, we already had about we had already coached about 100 people, over 100 people in VACC. This was 2 years ago or last year. It was last year. Last year.
Okay.
It was
Last year,
last year.
yes.
Yes. So we had already coached like over 200 people, 100, over 200 people for the Golden Pain program. And I remember clearly reaching out to her, and then she didn't know me from anywhere. She was like, "Okay, how much is the program?" And I told her how much it was, and then she jumped in right away. She didn't even question anything. She didn't know me from anywhere. She lived in the UK. I'm here in Nigeria. I could be scamming her, like, come in, and all of that. Why not? So like, she jumped in and all of that. So here's what happens to Wayme. Wayme, do you want to share that story? Because you were in a very tough place at this time when I reached out to you. See, Wayne is the last person that should definitely pay for any program that we're doing at this time. But she did. And then here's what happens next. Wayne is going to share that story.
So where Alex came in at a very critical stage. In fact, the year 2019 was like God will say it is broken to be transformed. Like if we want to
Mm.
name the chapter of if I want to name the my years according to chapters, 30, I was 30 last year. 30 would be called broken and transformed. So she came at a point where
Mm.
everything was very shattered. Everything, when that stage of your life where you're just like a walking corpse, you have so much anxiety, panic disorder, you have so much resentment in you, so much, especially a lot was going on in my marriage, a lot of things were going on, rejection. You think the story I shared to you, my own family had their issues. Oh, I entered a family that had more issues with me than I could ever imagine. So I was in a very, very tough, critical place. But when she came into my DM, something just said, Sherry, me, just, go for it. Do it. What's bad? There's nothing else you can lose. Already I had come from a leadership program. So I was very open to anything. I was like, anything just to get my mind out of thinking, out of feeling so crazy. I was out of job. I was just struggling. I was just struggling. I was in my second year of my PhD. So she came in and then something just said, just pay. I had the money. I didn't have the exact money, but money came. I was like, okay, let's go. How much is it? Let's pay. And to be very honest with you, I think that was one of the best decisions ever for 2019. Like my mom she was asking me, "You have a coach? What's that?" But she does not know
I have
where
plenty
Alex
mothers
Coaching
and
Company.
godchildren.
Basically, and that was the change of story, being transformed, having to let go of a lot of things. things, having to see in the midst of she sending me assignments or do this task, do that task, it was taking a whole lot. It took a whole lot of pain, a whole lot of how do I do this? What do I do? Getting transformed. That's why I would call it broken and transformed because it and then I will transform you. And a lot has changed. It's almost a year now. A lot has changed from that time up till now.
You're not going to do that. You're not going to just leave and say a lot has changed. You're going to tell them what happened to you. Tell them what happened.
This girl, if you follow this coach Vera, oh she you are actually what I read today. You are a deep well. So deep well they poke into places, and with deep well make you pour out all your mind in a very soulful and godly way. So yes, to be rejected, to be resented, to be bullied, and to be even to be falsely accused, and somebody hates you for no reason. Somebody just wakes up and say, I don't like you. I hate you. Those kind of words. People say all kinds of condemning words against you. But I was able to go through the journey knowing that my pain is my gain. And yes, I had a very crazy childhood. And I added to what combined everything. And I like, God, I want to blossom. Yes, Jesus, this is me because I'm a child of God. I want to blossom. And I blossomed and I was willing to go through the process. And yes, so far I took on initiatives. Okay, let me organize. She said, oh, you must do something with what you have. So I did that and I organized the program, just sharing. And today there's a community for that. Once in a while, you just send a message, how are you? Hope you are fine. That means a lot. They are not up to 20, but it means a lot to them. COVID-19 may have helped them not to meet physically, but it has helped them. Out of nowhere, people are nominating me and saying, when you know you are doing well in Africa. And I'm like, oh God, this is God. You know, I pinch myself.
Oh, she's
And
not
then
giving this gist the
I
way
try
I
to be
want it.
intentional and I always go back to her. Please, this is what I want to do. This is how I want to do it. And God has really been.
Dr. Williams.
Don't mind her. She's looking for a juicy package.
Dr. Williams, you're not telling them this thing that I want you
You
to
know
tell
what it
them.
means to be
Dr. Wayne
part
was
of
named
100
as one of
women
the
in
100,
Africa doing exploits.
and the church saying, Amen. So literally, Dr. Wayne, guys, I need to hear this. Dr. Wayne was named one of the 100 most influential um, people in Africa, right? Like I think it was a really big thing because I just kept saying to myself like, and here's the thing: it doesn't just happen to one student; it happens to multiple students. I just
Yes,
get a message,
it was.
Coach V, I did this, Coach V. See, let me tell you something. This is important, right? This is important that we are not just we're not just telling stories. We are
Sarah is
building
laughing.
a system that works. Who is laughing? Well, build Idara. You are laughing. You are coming
Keep
on
it up.
board next. You know. So we're building a
Dara is
system that
laughing.
will actually. I can see her laughing. I can see Dara laughing. She's coming on board soon. So like I am we're building a system whereby every name that will be named on the global space will be Africans. Africans will fill up communities. We will not just start to see ourselves as what they call us, a poverty continent. We start to see ourselves as, I have been through this. What systems can I put in place so that other people don't have to go through this? For example, when the Ari Kelly case came up and then many girls were being abused, I cried for days. I cry for this. I'm like, God, send me people that have been hurt, that have been broken. I do not just want to help them heal. I want to help them heal so that they can help other people heal. That's the whole thing. We need need to break the trend. We need to we need to literally interrupt that brokenness, that broken system, fix it back. And it's our story that is a tool. It's just a tool. But guess what? It's a major tool because Africa is filled with the dripping of. This is not blood we're talking about. It's everything that we are. We've been called names. We've been called things. Africa will be great again, but through whom? Through whom is it going to be called great again? How can we step up using the things that we've been through to help other people? That's all. Do you know right now, Dr. Williams? Do you know right now in America, a particular lady is making about $250,000 every month? Guess what she's teaching? What she's teaching people on? Just guess. I'm just going to leave you
Uh,
to guess.
I would say she's how to heal on abuse, sexual abuse.
She's not. Let me tell you what she's teaching people on: how to help their dogs, how to like make sure their dogs are fine, how to make sure that your dog is like properly taken. Like, my dog has gone through this before. I don't want you guys' dog to go through this. So that's what are you guys listening to me? Like, please, if you're hearing me, I need to know who is listening to everything I'm saying right now, because it's looking like I'm not on the innocent. It's beginning to. I'm not really getting.
Dog.
Just what I'm saying. It's somebody is making so much money out of these kinds of things, and you would sit back and say, oh, like, I'm fine, I don't have any money, I'm fine, I don't have any money, I'll keep asking from other people, I don't have any money, I'm going to just be in this state I am, I don't have any money, but I'm not going to progress, I don't have any, I can't do anything, I'm this. Keep giving yourself the excuse. By the time you meet God, you will tell him what happened, that you do not make use of such an amazing opportunity called pain, which is a part of life in itself. Because people only celebrate your success, but then they can only feel you really when you have painful experience. It can only,
Yeah.
like, it will really enter them when you have painful experience. And I want you to talk about, like, how you right now you're helping people. What are you doing right now to help people live in your community? What are you doing right now to help them?
This gosh. So right now, as the Lord leads, because I started saying I'm a believer in Christ. So one of the ways that God has said, when you okay, help, and realistically, it is the little things in life that God is going to show you as opportunity. So I always get messages. So Williams, how do you do what you do? How do you go through career mixing up everything? And then sometimes I get, how do you find life's purpose? How do you mix a whole lot of things? Like, you talk about God, you talk about life, you talk about everything. How do you do that? So I said, okay, let me start helping young people. Let me talk about, I'm 31, so I've been through adolescence, I've been through teenage, I've been through the early adult. I'm still a young adult, but my experiences of the past, my 17, my 16, my 14, my 21, my 22, I can share my experiences, my challenges, the pains I went, and try to help other people. So I started doing that, sharing bits and pieces of what I do. I use my life experiences, and then I started getting a lot of responses, lots of questions. How do you find life's purpose? And as the Lord leads, God leads. When you share about this, share about career, share about personal development. How can you do that? Gaining clarity. So I started a 60 minutes with Dr. Williams, and I it's just something that was prompted, do it. And people booked for it, young people booked for it, and I was able to give them the clarity, not by my power, but by God's power, to give them the clarity that they needed. And then the next thing the Lord said, oh, when you would do a and courtesy of a friend of mine. She said, when you would do a mentoring session, a lot of people needed it. People are asking for it. I said, which market? Where's the market for it? But first, before that time, there was a gap. And then I was reading my journal, and I said, oh, young people actually need a journal. So I put up a poll and I said, who would like a journal and what would you like in it as a young person? I got various answers to that. So I built that up. So, like where Alex was saying, Coach V, my able coach, was saying, sometimes you don't need all the money to do a lot of things. Use what you have, your pain, your struggle, whatever you have. So I had a laptop, I have Canva. So I said, this is what I want to do. And I started designing. I designed it. I put in the inputs. It took a lot of work, a lot of day and night. And I'm a restless person. If I don't complete a task, I don't get satisfied. I must do it to the end. So it took me like 2, 3 days to be able to complete 12 months. God said 12 months. And I put it, take it back to those young people, bring it back. And then finally I was like, okay, this is it. I cannot please everybody. Let me bless it and take it like that. And yes, a journal was produced, a journal came up, and at first I made very few copies and it sold out. And right now, 120 copies are presently in Nigeria and it's still selling. It's so much. I don't know how. People still ask me, why did you call it the growth mindset? Why did you call it the growth mindset? I don't know how that came up. It's just God's leading. It's just the Holy Spirit that said, oh, the growth mindset. Have a growth mindset. You will grow from your pain. You will increase from your pain. You will have gold. You have, that's why it's called gold in pain. There's a gold in that pain. God is going to make you elevate and impact other people. And I just finished a mentoring program, 4 weeks with 21, I would say, participants. Although not everybody was active, but that they told the review is like, oh, Dr. Williams, can we continue? Please, this was really nice. Can you follow us up? I just want to thank God for that. So that is where I am, helping young people.
I love it. Since you've talked about VSCC and like how you've accomplished like some things, which I'm really excited about. I really love having to like coach you, love upon you. Like it's a love dimension with me and you. I would disturb your life because I used to tell people, you're laughing. Yeah, I used to tell people that you guys, your voices have to be heard. I'm not a stingy person. You came to Nigeria, you got a TV interview, wasn't
Yes,
it true?
yes, oh yes. As in, to for you to slash your slot, I was like, oh my god, this is a deep well. This is not somebody that would be stingy, and this is somebody that is soulful. That say, I am ready to share my stage with you. I was
I
like,
want to.
wow.
I want to. So if you're listening to me right now, before we go, there's over 50% discount on all our programs, both the healing program, that's the 21 days detoxification, golden pain. Golden pain is for people that have a voice, that want to stand on global stage, that want to be here. The next, that want to be here. If you want to share your story, you want to be here, you want to be a speaker, if you want to have other people call you, TV interviews, radio station, newspaper, all of those things, you should definitely register for Golden Pain program. The healing program is for people that have gone through hurt, any kind of hurt. Over 55% discount on all our programs. You should definitely click the link I'm going to be putting right now. Right? Click the link there and no. Click the link I'm going to be putting right now in the comments, right? Click the link there and then make sure you get 50% off, over 55% off on all any of our programs that you would like. The reason is because I want to share the stage. I want more people to share their story. I want more people to heal. I don't want people going through abuses. I think what hurts me the most is when I get to see parents that are not healed trying to raise kids or even trying to enter into marriage. It's something else. You're not helped. Okay, let's not even talk about the marriage part because you can do a lot. You can if you have an understanding partner, maybe you can go through therapy. But if you're raising a child, all of your life experiences, you're going to replicate it. It's going to happen. You're going to replicate the motherhood and the fatherhood you went through. Your children are literally going, all your shoutings, yes, your children will definitely get it. You will just find out that they're doing these things, right? So if you want to heal, you want to get better, if you want to heal, you want to be on global stages, any one of it, anything that you literally want to do, your voice recognition, global recognition, having to join us as a speaker on our program, you should definitely register for one of these programs. We have the most affordable, that's the community. We're literally giving up 50, 55, over 55% on our community. Community is important. Monthly subscription, it's important for the people that have been there before. You're going to be getting a traction of wealth of experiences. You're going to be having international people speak to us for the subscription. We're going to be having moviners, movie time out on online. We're going to be talking. We're going to be having programs and programs and upon programs. So you should definitely register. It's over 55%. Now, this is what's going to happen after the summit. After this particular summit, the price goes back to normal, right? The price goes back to normal. So you should definitely register. And day two is going to have 5,000 naira extra added on it. Yes, day two will have 5,000 naira added on it. So Dr. Wayne is laughing. Dr. Wayne will tell you that whenever she pays for any of our programs, she gets more than she probably. I told her that day, how much did you pay? You did not pay too much money. But what are the things that you went for? So you should definitely get on board for any of our programs. We will cry together. We will laugh together. But guess what? We will get helped. We will get helped. And your voice will be heard. Yes, and VSCC literally give you international awards. That's in like 1 year of doing this that you said we talked about you doing. We will definitely be awarding people with our international organization, right? That's that about that. Dr. Wayne, do you have anything last to say to these beautiful people before we do the last thing we need to do?
I think we've said a lot of things, but I want to encourage everybody that your life is a story that everybody needs to hear, especially Africa, and that it will impact a whole lot. So please don't give up on yourself.
We love you. She loves you. I love you too.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for listening. God bless you. God bless you. Thank you, Coach B. Thank you. God
Bye,
bless you.
Dr. Williams. I love you so
Bye.
much. Have a wonderful
Love
rest
you
of that.
too.
Talk to
Take
you later.
care. Yeah. Yeah.
So, hi guys, how are you guys feeling? I need feedback, 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 feedback. Feedback. That's what's going on. Amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Oh, awesome. Ibelema, I see you. That's one of my beautiful students. I love her so much. Yes, I need feedback. What's going on in your head? What are you thinking? What's going on with you? Something. Something is wrong. Yes, it's going to be online. But when the whole lockdown thing is over, we're literally going to be visiting countries. So yes, all of the programs are online, all of the programs. So I think you should get on board. If you're not able to access the link, let me know as well. Yes, yes, it's from Zambia. You can definitely access any of our programs. It's always online, but we do a bit of okay, it's fine. We do a bit of physical. We do a lot of physical meetings and all of that. So I need to know what your thought. Your thought is simple. Our pain and our stories are our tools. Yes, definitely. All right, let us quickly do this last one and then we are out for today. Is everybody feeling okay? What are the things you've learned in a short time? Let me know what your thoughts are. So we have one more person and then we're done. But she's not going to come live. She's just going to share a bit of her own story, how she lost her dad. That's what she's going to be sharing with us. New comments. You're unable to access the link. I will put it on any of the groups. Let me do that right now. All right, I've put it on the group, on the Telegram group. I'm going to put it now on the WhatsApp group. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, it can be. Omodara, can the link be shared on Telegram or WhatsApp group? Yes. Okay, I'm doing that right now on WhatsApp. Give me a few minutes. Few minutes. All right, we are back. So let's quickly uh, learn to keep pushing. I'm feeling very positive and I'm ready to change the world. I love that so much. Thank you for this program. Yes, I'm also going to be giving strategies on how VSCC has made literally over 4 million naira notes, not dollars, in a short time of using painful experiences. So that is going to be like a whole talk. I think it's going to happen. I'm not going to tell you the day, so you will show up every time. You know, you come because of money. All right. We're going to the last person for today, but she's going to share very, very few time her own journey.
Hello, everyone, and thank you for listening to this. My name
Okay, so she's coming on board now. It's an audio, right? So I'm just going to be sharing my screen in few seconds so you can hear her speak. Can everybody see the screen? Can everybody see the screen? Can everybody see the screen? If you can see the screen, please let me know. Can everybody see the screen? Can you see it? Is it clear so that we can start and finish? We're like 20 minutes away, so we can do and round up. Awesome. Let's begin. Okay, Ask Dams is the most amazing person ever. Her name Damola Ladejobi. And she's the person I was talking about that literally is making so much money from her experience. And you're going to get blessed listening to this. So stay tuned.
Is Adedamola Ladejobi. Mrs. Adedamola Ladejobi, wife of the king and mother of. Hello, everyone, and thank you for listening to this. My name is Adedamola Ladejobi, Mrs. Adedamola Ladejobi, wife of the king and mother of two, and the founder of Ask Dams, and I also run Ask Dams Wellness Institute. I also run an NGO called Smile Express Factory. Now, what painful experiences inspired Ask Dams? I could try to tell this story using the next year, but I'm going to try to make it as short and as brief as possible. I'm going to try to be as precise as I can. And so Ask Dams for me was out of a passion to help others in the struggle. I keep saying this, that the struggle is real in all areas of life, but you must keep pushing on. And for me, it was my weight loss struggles. So I had battled with being overweight for many years. And then I decided that I was going to take matters into my hands and not just focus on doing a particular diet, but focusing on living a very healthy lifestyle, as healthy as possible. And so I embarked on what you would call a healthy lifestyle journey. Please take note that I had already, or rather, I had done many numerous failed diets in the past. I have, drank slim teas, tried to use fat burners, you name it. I have literally done everything possible, or rather, I had done everything possible to lose weight until I realized that, these ways are not just unhealthy, but they were not sustainable. And so what did I do? I turned my pain point, which was, living, a diet lifestyle. So I moved from a diet culture into living a healthy lifestyle. Now, what do I mean by a healthy lifestyle? I started to practice something called the 80-20 rule. And I'm getting better each and every day because I started off with the 80-20 rule. But right now, I would say I'm probably at a 90-10 rule. So that means, let me go back to the 80-20 rule. That means 80% of the time I'm eating as healthy as possible. And the time I allow myself to indulge in whatever it is that I feel like eating or whatever it is that I'm craving at that point in time. And living this balanced rule, living this rule of moderation, living a lifestyle of moderation enabled me to lose 4 dress sizes in total and approximately 40 kilos. And so I lost weight for myself by myself. And this is literally what pushed me into the limelight. Ask Dams started on the 7th of November 2015, will be 5 years old on the 7th of November 2020, to the glory of God. Now back to this, what painful experiences inspired Ask Dams. Let's just say I found my calling my ministry, as I put it, my career path, as I put it, and something that I never thought would give me any form of profit in any shape or form whatsoever. Remember that I said I did it for myself, by myself. Who would have known that weight loss, which was my pain point, could be something that inspired Ask Dance? So what happened after I lost weight was that a lot of people were very inquisitive. They wanted to know what I did to lose weight, how I lost the weight. And so I found myself, having to always answer questions. And I did this happily because it came from a place of passion and I did this for free. I was always sharing as much as possible, anywhere and everywhere possible. And I used to get my husband and a lot of people around me say stuff like, you can actually start a business, with coaching people about weight loss and wellness, nutrition. And I was like, there is no way in this world anybody would want to pay me in any shape or form to coach them for weight loss, to teach them how to lose weight. I mean, they don't need me. They can do their own personal research and what works for them. But then I realized that because it came easily to me, or because this thing comes easily to me, when you talk about nutrition, quality of calories, wellness in general, it comes very easy to me. And so because of this, I used to suffer from something called imposter syndrome. That was imposter syndrome usually happens to people who are highly skilled and highly gifted and very talented. But because this gift comes very easily to them, they believe that the rest of the world, should have this knowledge at their fingertips. And so it's not something that is marketable or sellable. However, I discovered that in the process, I was totally wrong. And so when I birthed Astams on the 7th of November 2015, I literally could not believe what happened to me. I started getting clients calling me from literally every continent in the entire world. In the first 24 hours of starting our stamp, I had a minimum of about six or seven clients approximately, and it's been getting better and better and better and better and better and better and better every single day. My Nigerian accent is coming out. Okay. So I started off rather as a solo ranger, just with my broken phone and a laptop, sitting down on the bed in my room. I used to work from home. I also used to work at my office back then, which was a crash. So I used to be the head of a crash, and I used to monitor the workers, the teachers, the kids there, the babies. Because one thing about me is that I've always been a lover of people from day one, a lover of adults, lover of children, and so I had, some of the best experiences and the best time of my life actually not teaching, working at the creche for kids aged 0 to 5 years old. Even while I found ASDAM, I was too scared to leave ASDAM because I thought to myself that this is not sustainable, weight loss coaching, not sustainable. But to the glory of God, it's been almost 5 years and we keep getting better. We're waxing stronger every single day. From ASTAMS, focusing on weight loss coaching alone, we birthed the ASTAMS app. We've been able to birth ASTAMS Wellness Institute. We recently just launched about 19 various wellness books, which are available via the ADWI website, that's ASTAMS Wellness Institute. Also available on Amazon Kindle, and also available on Okada Books. So going on to the next question. How important is personal healing and transformation before impacting others? Now, the truth of the matter is that a lot of us try to pour from an empty cup. And so we go into performance mode and then we get burnt out. It is very, very, very important that you heal personally from whatever painful experiences that you've had. For me, going back to painful experiences, and I'm so grateful for the painful experiences, part of which is growing up in a single parent home. And so my mother was the one who was, solely in charge of looking after my sister and myself, sending us to school, clothing us, My father, may his soul rest in perfect peace, but even the painful experience of not having a father figure around is what has shaped me into this person that I am today. Because I believe that the kind of heart that I have today, the kind of heart that I have for people, will not have been if I didn't go through growing up in a single parent home with an absentee father and watching my mother have to struggle on her own to raise two beautiful girls, if I may say so myself, my sister and myself. Was it easy? No, growing up wasn't easy. I remember seeing my mother many times. She used to use this Yoruba adage, or is it an adage or a proverb or saying? She used to say, Adagbe Adafa, which means being alone, taking care of your children alone. It's difficult having to, struggle on your own. And so for me, another thing that I would say, another painful experience is it was really difficult for me to understand having God as a father because I didn't experience what it was to have an earthly father, a proper earthly father. And so I would say I went through some form of identity crisis. So I went through periods in my life where if you could describe God as an earthly mother, or rather, a heavenly mother, rather, I would be able to understand. But seeing God or trying to understand God as a heavenly father was so difficult for me to do because I had a traumatic experience with growing up because I didn't have a father figure. And so personal healing is so, so, so important. Because I'll tell you the truth of the matter. I found Asdams when I found God. And I know that may sound very cliche to a lot of people. Now, I grew up in a home where I used to be at night vigil from, age 5. I knew how to cast and bind. I knew how to pray. I knew how to, literally put God first, but I didn't have any intimacy with God. And so when I decided to actually just look up to God and actually follow Matthew 6:33, which says, seek ye first the kingdom of God and its righteousness. A lot of us miss that righteousness part. And every other thing shall be added unto you. So I began to seek God. I remember going for discipleship classes because I just wanted to know more about God. I used to hear people talk about, the fatherhood of God. I used to hear people talk about how God is such a loving father, but I just could never relate. And so I had major, major, major identity crisis. So bad that at a point, my husband, my amazing husband of 11 years, I wanted him to be my father because everything that I didn't find in a father, I had really high expectations from my husband. And so I literally was, I would say, I'll be honest with you, I think I was a burden to him, but he took it with his whole chest. And I'm very thankful to God for the man that I married because he helped me with healing and transformation on this personal journey. Just watching my husband love up on my children. I have a girl and a boy. My daughter is 10 years old. She'll be 11 in a few days. My son is 7 years old. He'll be 8 years old in January next year. Just watching their relationship with their father gave me hope that, you know what? It is actually extremely possible to experience love, undiluted love from a father figure. So I started to think, could it be that I actually really, really, really need to go back to my source? And in going back to my source, and in just watching my husband on earth, God used that opportunity to help me experience having just watching what fatherhood really looks like. Undiluted love. My husband would literally kill for his children. And it's been such a beautiful thing to watch. It's been such a beautiful picture to watch. And so I started to seek God, earnestly, in truth and in earnest, for the first time. So bear in mind that I grew up in a Christian home, but I started to seek God personally for my personal healing and looking up to God because I had gone through so many, dark experiences that I can't really, squeeze everything into this interview or into this Q&A. But it's a whole lot. I plan to have a book, and I pray that this book will transform the lives of many people around the world. But it's not yet been written. But there are a lot of painful experiences that I've been through. And so personal healing is so important. If you do not go through a period of personal healing and transforming yourself from the inside out, it is hard for you to give what you do not have, or else you will burn out, like I stated earlier on. Yeah. Now, power lies in our hands. Power to change your life lies in your hands. It all depends on you. And I don't mean to speak Christianese, but truth of the matter is God has given us the power of free will to make our choices. So it's up to you to decide, if you want to do life on your own or you want to do life with God. And I'll be honest with you, I don't mean to speak Christianese here. However, having a relationship and a personal walk with God has impacted my life in so many ways that so many ways that I can't even begin to explain, the transformation that I've been through over the past couple of years. And even this walk with God and just learning to love upon people and learning to seek the Father heart of God. Because, a lot of us just see God as, this big, mighty, spiritual being who just wants to strike us down whenever we do something that's wrong. However, we don't know that there's this reckless love of God that chases after us. And all we need to do is just turn around to look up to Him for personal healing, because you can only find your true identity in God, not from social media likes, not from social media engagement, not from the money in your bank account, not from the compliments people give you. But your identity must be strongly rooted in God, otherwise you will lose yourself. So this brings me to the question, how can the average African begin to start impacting their community one step at a time? So there's one thing I always think about, like pretty much almost every single day, and it's like, who can I bless today? How can I bless them today? In what way can I bless them today? Can it be a phone call? Can it be somebody who is in health that needs, extra money for feeding? Can it be somebody who I just need to pray with on a particular basis, on a particular day rather? And so this is what made me birth my NGO at Smile Express Factory. And it is also what has taken me to upscale ASCAMs in leaps and bounds by God's special grace. Because truth of the matter is, I carried this heart of love, this burning desire to help people into ASCAMs, and with ASCAMs rather. So for me, it became not just a money-making venture, or rather, before it became a money-making venture, rather, way before ASCAMs became a money-making venture, it was all about, how can I love upon people? How can I change my society? It starts with me. Charity begins at home. And so I began Small Express Factory literally from day one of Ask Dams. But I was anonymous for about 3.5 years. And then we came out approximately maybe a year and a half ago or two. And what do we do at Smile Express Factory? My job at Smile Express Factory, I'm a servant at Express Factory. I'm God's servant at Smile Express Factory. And what we do there is we find a way to put smiles on the faces of people as best as we can every single day. It could be, via charity, maybe giving people food, clothes, linking people up with jobs, helping people, go through trainings that can help them, develop personal skills and skills that can help them make money and become financially independent. So change starts with us. We can't keep waiting for the government. We cannot rely on the government alone. One of the things that we're also trying to do at Smart Express Factory is go to prisons as much as we can, speak to the people in prisons to let them know that, look, you may be caged in this place called a prison, but you are actually not a prisoner. So one of the things that I feel like I've been called to do is to remove the labels, to remove the labels. And what do? We give them food also. And one of the things that we tried to do before COVID is to try to get in there to help them to experience God in real life. And how can you tell people about God if they cannot experience love, if you cannot love upon them? Because God is love. That's the truth of the matter. Even the Bible says it's sorry to speak, to go into, Christianese all over again. I'm sorry if I sound, like I'm speaking Christianese. But the Bible says that whatsoever you do to the least of my brothers, that you do unto me. When I was hungry, you gave me food to eat. When I was thirsty, you gave me drink. When I was in prison, you came to visit me. And these are the things that are so dear to the heart of God. And these are the things that can actually lead us into our promised land. It's amazing how much, just focusing on. I didn't even know what I was doing back then in 2015, but what I just knew was that I was building a community. I didn't know that I was building a community back then rather. It's looking at it now that I'm thinking to myself, wow, I was actually building a strong community. And in the process of building this strong community, that's how Aston has been able to grow in leaps and bounds. And so, we can have this client who we are giving like an amazing service to. We have loved up on the client, maybe even gone the extra mile to visit the client, pray for the client. And they're like, wow, are you human? I thought it was just business and what I paid for. And then they go on to tell the next person about Aston, and the next person about Aston, and the next person about Aston. And that's literally how we've been able to grow in leaps and bounds to the glory of God. We've been able to grow in leaps and bounds to the glory of God, just doing what we do best, being authentically us. What do I think will happen if 50% of Africans start using their painful experiences to transform society? The truth of the matter is, I wish we could share a lot of our beauty for Ashley's story. Mm-hmm. Or Ashley's for beauty story. The truth of the matter is, one thing that I've come to realize is that vulnerability is my superpower. Mm-hmm. And I get liberated each time I share my story. Each time I'm able to hear somebody say, I heard you speak. And despite, not finding yourself and not finding what your exact purpose was until you turned age 30, because Aslan was founded when I turned 30, when I literally thought all hope was lost. Coming from being a lawyer to selling Ankara to selling beads. I used to think to myself, you have no talent back then. Little did I know that God was shaping everything and stringing all my experiences together to bring me into this business mogul that I seem like today. It's taken me a very long time to actually call myself a business mogul, but you know what? It is what it is. Or a business coach, I wouldn't call myself a business coach actually. I would call myself a weight loss coach and a wellness coach, because I've been able to lose 40 kg and replicate the same effects to thousands of women, men, children, and teenagers around the world. And so to conclude this, let me just say that for anybody struggling right now, feeling like you're all alone, feeling like you're just going through one painful experience to the other painful experience, and it just doesn't seem like a never-ending cycle. My challenge to you, as I've been telling other people that I've been coming across, especially in this COVID season, is can you please dare to dream again? Dare to dream again. Can you dare to trust God again? Can you dare to believe in yourself again? Can you dare to actually imagine your future? Because if God can take something as simple and ordinary as weight loss to push me into the limelight, I've been featured on literally every single Nigerian magazine and probably almost every single TV station that you can think of in Nigeria, and some TV stations across Africa also. Now, if something simple as weight loss can have this boomerang effect of motivating people around the world, inspiring people around the world to dare to dream again, business wise, and even in all areas of their lives, then I ask you, if you're listening to this, dare to dream again. Don't give up. Dare to dream again. And so I'm going to end this with saying that you will find yourself if you begin to do a deep soul search and look up to God. Drop your pain at His feet. I'm not a pastor. I'm sorry if I come across as a pastor. I'm speaking to you whether you're a Christian, Muslim, Buddhist, whatever it is that you are, but I'm sharing my experience with you. And my personal experience has been, holding on to my faith also, even when everything seemed dark. I've been mocked, I've been made fun of many times. I remember working at, the school back then, and people calling me to say, "You're still here. Don't you have any future ambitions? Don't you have anything, sensible to do with your life? When are you going to start trying to fix the puzzles of your life?" And those kind of statements can be very damaging, and they can be very, very hurtful. But what are you going to do with your painful experiences? Are you going to be like the dance who was mocked for being overweight and body shamed, and then you turn it into something that can be a blessing to people worldwide? Can your story be a blessing to people worldwide? Can you just think that whatever it is that you're going through right now can be for God's glory and even for your glory? Because guess what? God wants to bless you way more than even you want to be blessed. And so dare to dream again. My name is Adidamala Ladijabi, wife of a king, mother of two beautiful children, the founder of AskDams, founder of AskDams Wellness Institute, also the founder of Smile Express Factory, which is an NGO. And what I do for a living is I help people lose weight and get healthier all around the world in over about 75 different countries worldwide so far. If God can use me, if God can bless me, then He can bless anybody. He will bless the works of your hands. And so I pray for you, if you're listening to this, I pray that God blows your mind. For everybody under the sound of my voice, I pray that that pain point of yours will be turned into something that can bring healing and transformation to the entire world. You were blessed, or rather, you are here for God's glory. And you are here to make an impact to the entire world. You have a purpose. You have a calling. Don't be distracted. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. You are destined for greatness. For greatness, rather. You are destined for greatness. You are destined for signs and wonders. And I don't care whatever pain it is that you have gone through. It can be turned into gold. And you will get beauty for ashes. Again, if God can use something as simple and as trivial as weight loss to bring personal healing and transformation into the lives of many, so many marriages restored, so many broken relationships restored, so many people who have lost hope in finding, a job, making profits, making money to feed themselves or their family. If God can use something as simple as weight loss, if God can use Damola Ladijabi, He can use anybody. So play your part, share your story. Thank you, and God bless you for listening. For more information about me, for more information about what I do, please feel free to visit my Instagram page at AskDams. I also have an AskDams Wellness Institute where we focus on wellness. So AskDams for weight loss is the weight loss angle. AskDams Wellness Institute is where we focus on wellness. We have courses, we have ebooks that you can read just by having a mobile phone. Don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on yourself. God's got you. God loves you. Keep the faith up. Thank you.
Wow. Wow. Susan says, I'm crying. Uh, Susan says, I'm crying. It's a lot to even think about. If you ask Dams, Damala is in the, like, she's in the chat room. She's, I think, let me ask her if she's the one chatting with us right now, because I don't know her page. So give me 1 second to know if she's the one chatting with us right now. In case you guys have any questions for her, I'm trying to see if she can even come live with us. Okay, she can't come live. She's tired. Okay. If you have any questions for Ask Dams, please go to her Instagram page. I will put it here so that you guys can check her out on Instagram, or yeah. So you can go check her out on Instagram. She is literally amazing. Dams is also here. She keeps saying Dams is also here. I think she's the one. She's the one. She's the one. Okay. Do you guys have any questions for Ask Dams? Let her start to answer in the comment section. She's really tired. She would have come live with us. If you have questions for her, she's here. Before we close for today, we literally have less than, she's laughing at me. We literally have less than 10 minutes and then we're done for today. Ask Dams, I love you. I'm just so used to calling you Ask Dams. Like, can I just call you Dammy? Or sis? I think that sis is just like, just weird. Anyway, she's in the comment section. But if you have questions for her, you can go on her Instagram page to ask her and all of that. Anyway, let's say thank you to the people that have come on board to talk to us today. Let's just bless them. Let's just say thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. They've made out time. They've listened to my disturbing them just because they really wanted to come on board. I mean, I really wanted them to come on board and stuff. So I'm pretty excited about today. Thank you guys for watching, for coming live, for listening all through the session. Tomorrow is another day. In fact, tomorrow is going to be filled with a lot of tears. So come with your napkins and all of that, because I mean, we're going to be talking about thank you so much, Dams. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you for being here. God bless you so much. I love you, and I'm going to chat with you later. Make sure you grab the 55% off of all our programs using the link on either your WhatsApp or Telegram channel, right? It's going to increase by 5,000 pieces, 5,000, let's say 5,000, by 5,000 naira tomorrow. In dollars, that should be like $20. Yeah, I think so. So it's definitely going to increase. So you should check them out. See the one that you really want to get involved in. Pay for it, and we will be here. My team members are here as well, and we're going to literally love up on you and make sure you heal. If you, I want you to share this on your social media pages, the things that come across to you, things that happened to you, things that you're thinking about. On Twitter, you can use the on Twitter and Instagram, use the hashtag Golden Pain Summit or GIP Summit. Send us emails. Let us know your thoughts. Make sure everybody comes out tomorrow by 6 p.m. Make sure you register for any of our programs. Remember to do that, and we will definitely get back to you guys. I love you so much. Anything you want to say to me before we go? I'm here. I'm literally here for you. Anything you want to say to me before we go today? I love you guys so much, so much. And we have tomorrow 6 p.m. as well, and let's come here. And yet tomorrow's story, let me give you a bit of tomorrow's story. There's abortion involved with tomorrow's story. Someone that had to go through abortion over 2 times. Then we have a story of self-esteem issues. Then we have a story of marital issues, like someone that literally had to divorce because her husband was just a crazy man. So you should definitely get on board tomorrow. And I'm still going to be sharing how we use our painful experiences to make so much money in VACC. I love you guys. Have a wonderful night rest. And let's talk. Let's talk in on email. I might open the group, the WhatsApp group up for discussions, right? But after a while, I will mute it back because we don't want to disturb people and all of that. For the Telegram group channel, I might open a Telegram group so that you guys can have discussions so that we don't have to disturb other people. All right, guys, have a wonderful rest of the day. Bye bye. See you tomorrow. Mwah! Susan, please send me a message. Susan, please send me an email. I can see your message. You keep saying that. Please send me an email and let's talk. All right. So see you tomorrow. Bye bye.